Yeah, man. Uh-oh. Here they come. Get in here. Come here. We're doing a special 5 to go. Get in here. I got my people with me. Get in here. Play some tunes. Yeah. What we listening to? I gotta get some food chain boy up in here.
That's what Kendrick's talking about. They are not like us. They are not like you.
Hey, Denver Nuggets fans. What up? 5 to go. Nuggets, Celtics, no Joker. I mean, not no joke, but no Joker. No Joker, no Derek White, Colorado Springs own. Derek White didn't play in this game. I thought, as we enter the fourth quarter, Nuggets down 5, 88-83. Hey, listen, for whatever it's worth, and we all saw the stat and we can talk about it. For whatever it's worth, the Nuggets are the worst team in basketball when Joker is not on the floor. That's not hyperbole. That's literal. That's quite literal. And lo and behold, they're holding their own with the defending champ. So we're going to talk about it. Oren Lamena, and I am joined by my family. This is a special occasion. I don't know what to tell you. You're going to be seeing a lot of this dude. He is the best kept secret in Denver, Colorado, if you don't know nothing about him. If you do know about him, then you know what it is. You know the name. You might know the game. And if you don't, you better ask somebody. I am joined by my brother, family for sure, Norman Harris in the building, owner of Spangalang Brewery in the beautiful 5 Points. What up?
My G, what's going on?
What's up, Norm?
Watching our Nuggets. We down by 5 right now, but I think we're in there. I think we got a fighting chance right now. They're starting to believe in themselves.
It's crazy. It's crazy because you and I were talking before this started, and Norm. Well, first of all, we'll get to the game. 88-88. I got 88-88. Scores tied. 10:27 left in the fourth. 91-88 now after Tatum 3, I believe. So, Norm, before we let's tell the people a little bit about you. As we let this game, Daniel Mills in the house. What up, Daniel? How worried are the Nuggets fans about Malone's future? You worried about Malone's future, Norman?
I'm worried about the future in general. We got some crazy political times coming in, so I'll put Malone second after all the other
he's like it's about 15 days till Armageddon. It's about 15 days till Armageddon. I don't know, bro. 91-90 Nuggets up. 9:43 left in the fourth. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. For those that don't know, first and foremost, I gave an introduction, but I don't think I could do it any better than you could kind of give your own background. Denver native, of course, family member to me, of course, but tell the people about Norman Harris, who you are, what you do, all them things.
Man, quick 30 seconds. Norman Harris, 4th generation Coloradan, born and raised in Northeast Denver. I own an incredible venue. It's called Spangalang Brewery. We're located in the historic 5 Points neighborhood of Denver, Colorado. I also organized the Juneteenth Music Festival and a proud Denver Nugget fan.
For sure. I mean, many moons you've been following this team. Like, what, besides the Joker years, what's your favorite iteration of the Denver Nuggets? What was like your favorite time as a Nuggets fan, like your favorite squad?
I mean, the Thuggets for sure, I think, put Denver on a pedestal and put Denver in this level of visibility. So, I can always, go back to the Melo days, AI, Kenyon. I mean, that team, didn't exactly do all the things they need to do in the win column. But I think that team really put Denver basketball on the map. But I mean, I go back. I'm a Nugget fan from like Calvin Nat.
Right.
I'll say a name like that. I saw Calvin Nat play his last basketball game for the Denver Nuggets. He tore up his knee. Mutombo. I mean, so I'm a real blue blood in terms of rooting for the home team.
Well, I'll tell you this much. Like one of my favorite, like quietest kept, one of my favorite Denver Nugget lineups was the Antonio McDyess.
Woo, yeah.
Nick Van Exel. Nick the Quick. Like, I thought that team, quite honestly, had the makings of, if they would have been able to add a couple pieces. And I remember when we got Chauncey, like when Nick was here, you got to remember, we had one season with Chauncey and Nick in the same backcourt. They were the highest scoring backcourt in basketball. I loved that iteration of the Nuggets.
That was after Mahmoud, wasn't it?
That was after Mahmoud. That's right.
Yeah.
That was after Mahmoud. After, they did the homie dirty. They did the homie dirty because he was trying to, represent his thing. He was trying to do his stuff. They wasn't with it. And that Van Exel squad, I just thought, I thought the world of Antonio McDyess. You couldn't have told me he wasn't the best basketball player in the world.
Nice.
Oh, he was nice. He was nice. He had all of it, inside, outside. He'll punch on you. Alabama boys. All right, so 93-90 Nuggets, 8:56 left in the fourth. Me and Norm was talking, and y'all get in here and let's get your opinions on it. Norm, my New Year's resolution, my New Year's Nuggets resolution was I'm off the Jamal bashing train mainly because he ain't going nowhere. He's not going nowhere. We got what we got. But you were telling me, what's your philosophy on how it's a very interesting one, because the Nuggets are categorically the worst team in basketball when Joker is not on the floor for them. But you have some opinions on how they can maybe get better. How bad are these refs tonight? It hasn't been. I didn't think it was that bad a game that much, Daniel. I didn't think it was that bad a game. You have a philosophy.
You ask me, I say Jamal, he's playing like he needs some relationship coaching. Like I think Jamal got a tough girlfriend or something. That's boyfriend. I don't know. But, Jamal seems like he's getting some distracting texts right before he gets to Ball Arena. Like they were saying, he's not in as good a shape, which is believable. But right now, it seems like he doesn't have that eye of the tiger. Like he's just complacent, and he's just not motivated to go out there. Like he's not out there trying to just put a stake in somebody's heart. And so, like we were talking about before, we're stuck with him. So, I'm hoping whoever is in Jamal's DMs, whoever is texting this brother,
leave that man alone.
Leave him alone. Let's give him a break until June.
Young lady, please lay off Jamal. He's got, you said when he had the whole, basketball players have lives outside of basketball. It's like, that sounds like a guy who's getting some new pussy.
No.
That sounds like a guy
who's Jamal turned inside out right now. Tied up.
All right. Come on now. This would be a great win. Quite honestly, this is, yes, sir.
It's a defining game.
This is really, yes.
In terms
absolutely.
Of we able to do it without the Joker.
And, against the defending champs who have, threw that away. Against the defending champs who have their full complement of players with the exception. Oh, damn. Kristaps Porzingis, bro.
Bro, I'm looking at the stat line right now. Kristaps got 24, 10. 24.
He had a huge first quarter, but they've kind of kept him quiet. He's kind of tailed off. As we look at, I pulled up the box score, Norman. as we look at it, you got
you got your boy again, 17 -3. I'm looking at Jamal's stats. He's a -3 right now.
Yeah, man. He's 7 of 14 though from the field. I like when he shoots. At least I like when he's shooting a good percentage from the field.
He's 1 of 5 from behind the line.
He hasn't had.
Westbrook is 4 for 8.
He hasn't had that. But you got 6 Nuggets in double figures, which is what your point was. Okay, I'll elaborate your point. Norm, you said you thought that the answer for the Nuggets would be that Joker sits more games out so that other guys are forced to fucking figure it out.
Bruh, if we could go 3 weeks, maybe 12 games, and you say somebody on the team's we got to get 20 from somebody, or we got to get 2 15s from some guys that are giving you 7. I think what's happening right now is that the teams become so dependent on Joker.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That it's like they got to figure out how to win without him. And all the guys got talent. I mean, we got a talented team. These guys could probably go and play for a lower level team and be, a number 1 or a number 2. But with Joker, they're like, we got a bunch of 4s and 5s.
When you say they got a lot of talent, people say that. I hear that a lot. Even Stan Van Gundy was saying something similar. Oh, that's blocked. Was saying something similar. That it looked like it could have been a foul, but they're going to get the benefit of the doubt on that call. They were saying something similar. Oh, come on, you got to keep your feet. Okay, that's on Tatum. Okay, so the Nuggets with 5:50 left in the game now find themselves down 10, 103-93. They fought valiantly. Here's my problem when I hear that the Nuggets got talent. You got guys. What does talent mean? That's a foul. That is a foul on Brown. What does talent mean when a guy are you talking about physical attributes? What are we talking? Are we talking about skill? Like, I don't want to hear about talent as much as I want to hear about skill. Maybe they got a lot of talent, but do the Nuggets have a lot of skilled basketball players? 5:34 left in the fourth, 103-93 Nuggets trail to the defending champs. No shame in losing when you don't have the best player in basketball and you have a team that's, oh God. See, this is where I don't know about the talent thing, or I don't know what talent's worth if talent isn't accompanied by skill.
What I'm saying, Oren, is maybe talent, what we're missing is mindset right now. Okay. And so it's kind of like if player A or B knew that the game depended on them, that they had to go put it in and night out, then now you're going to at least know. You're going to test. It's kind of like how the Broncos did with Bo Nix this year, right? They threw him in. Like there was no option B, so they demanded from him to put up or shut up.
Right.
With Jokic is such a crutch that the other guys are like, well, shit, man, Jokic will give you 50, 20, and 15 in a night. And, the guys can just come in and be on cruise control. So that's not a mindset. Like, we need somebody that's going to come in there and say, I'm going to put up 15. There's no one person when Jokic is on the floor that's like thinking like, okay, I'm going to come get 30 tonight. There's nobody on the – Jamal isn't even trying to get 30 right now.
I don't think – well, see, here's the problem with that. And I'm not bashing him. I'm just telling the truth. And it might seem like convenient, like cherry picking, hindsight bashing. The last 2 minutes have been yucky. Yucky is not that's a good word for it. I'd say shitty, but yucky works. Brandon, Jamal Murray, like anybody who would play with a guy who is by himself a son, not a son, S-O-N, son, S-U-N, draws so much attention, does so many things right that it opens up opportunities for other guys. And I think what we saw was when the T-Wolves decided, okay, Jamal, you're that guy. You're one of those guys. You remember what Nuggets down 12, 105-93, 4:54 left in the fourth. I remember when Ant 5 said what he said. He was asked a question about, do you look up to guys like Jamal? And he was like, man, what? Jamal's like 3 years older than me, and no. And I think Jamal thinks more of his game, and I think a lot of people think more of his game than his game thinks of his game. And what I'm saying by that is to say Jamal has benefited from playing with the best player in basketball. Now, that's not to say that he doesn't have great talent. Everybody remembers the 50-point, back and forth with Spider. And I think Jamal is that kind of scorer that needs the ball in his hand to be effective. I think Jamal is way more Jordan Poole than he is give me a number 2 like Scottie Pippen. I think he's way more, and I think it's showing. And so I think that's where the holes in his game show up, is when you're asking Jamal, okay, it's your show. That's what you wanted. You can almost tell sometimes he bristles at the thought that, well, why would we only run it through that guy? And it's like, because that guy he's like Peyton Manning. Everybody on the court's going to be better when that guy is able to wheel, deal, and do what he does, and surrounded by people who play a team concept of basketball. I don't know if the Nuggets need more talent. I think they definitely need more skilled guys.
But look at it. I would agree with you. So look at the screen that you have right now at we're underneath bench.
Yeah.
Right. And then
Hunter Tyson has not entered the game. Shaden Pickett, not into the game.
I'm saying 2 years ago, there was a lot more talented, skilled guys under that line that says bench.
Well, okay, what you would have to do is
I would take the 3 guys we lost, starting with Brown. Who would you, of the when you look at that bench, what one player would you put over Brown right now?
Well, I'd say this, and then we'll come to y'all in the chat. The chat, that's my mother. Norm, you're gonna meet the chat. The chat, we got some real ones in the chat. They go real heavy. Okay. DeAndre Jordan was getting
for the chat.
It's the hood. That's the hood. The chat is the hood. So Zeke Naji was getting no tick championship year. Peyton Watson, very few minutes championship year. You weren't seeing DeAndre Jordan at all. He was a glorified cheerleader. Obviously, Julian Strawther wasn't playing. Replaced by Jeff Green, Bruce Brown, and KCP would have been in that mix, and then you kick Bron down. Now, I think, and Dario Saric wasn't here, but you're talking about bench players, and I don't disagree with you. And Andon, stop it. Andon saying I didn't break my New Year's resolution. I'm not kicking Jamal when he's down. I'm just saying. Fishing, well, I'm coming to y'all. So my point is that, okay, when you look at KCP, what's KCP scoring average right now I would imagine KCP, I haven't looked, but he's probably getting 10 a game somewhere. That's not so much talent. He knew what to do with his role when he's on the court, right? Same thing you could say. Jeff Green's not in the league. Bruce Brown is, he went and got paid, and good for him because it hasn't really been much since then. So all I'm saying is, but it was the way they approached playing the game that was the difference. And I just think that you got a bunch of guys who Nuggets down 108-95, 3:56 left in the fourth. I think you got a bunch of guys who have no descript basketball game. Like, what would you call Peyton Watson's game? What's his game?
Right now is borderline trashy.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not even trying to shit on the kid. I'm saying, like, KCP, you'd say his game is great defender, and he's going to find open spots on the floor.
What's his ceiling? What's Watson's ceiling?
I feel like he strikes me as a guy who in the offseason spends a whole lot more time playing 2K or doing whatever than he does working on his game. So his ceiling, I guess, is because you had said something to me earlier. He lasted 8 days, not bad. You know what? All y'all can kick rocks. I love you, but don't. I haven't broken my Have I really broke? Am I bashing Jamal? Have I been bashing Jamal? Is that what you feel like? Norm, have I been bashing Jamal?
We down 8. I think you got to call a spade a spade.
I want to call a spade, and I don't want it to sound like I don't like the guy.
Bones Highland. Woo.
Bones Highland. That's a guy who had appreciable basketball talent. He can score the basketball because that's, I think, your point. Your point is you need more guys who can score. 108, 100, 312 left in the fourth. I don't know, Norm.
So let me change it up.
All right.
Okay. Let's put this forward a year. You're saying let's put Jamal on the trading block. How much more gas in the tank does Westbrook have? Can he fill that role? Because
he's always
social media. That's all I'm seeing right now is we're looking a lot better with Russell on the floor than with Jamal.
Absolutely. I love in the chat, like fishing.
Brody.
You'll figure out the and in fishing. We got some real basketball heads in here. They're cracking up because I have not broken my New Year's Eve resolution. I think as long as Russell's healthy, and I think that's the beauty of Russell's game is that health is not an issue. He's gonna show up and play, and he's gonna give you everything that he's got. I don't like his finish, but I love the way he and Joker work together. So I think you can get as many productive years out of Russell Westbrook as I think you'll get out of Joker before Joker loses interest if they don't build a team around him. So if that's 3 years, I think you could get 2 to 3 productive years out of Russell Westbrook. Let's read some of the chat. It does seem like they don't have real definition role players. This guy does this guy does that. Instead, they kind of try, then just go play some crazy pickup ball. That's what it gives me. That's what I'm getting. I get a bunch of guys like Zeke Naji. Is okay. Let me ask you, Norm, and we'll ask the chat. Is Zeke Naji's lack of developmental, any description of a game, is that Mike Malone's fault or is that Zeke Naji's fault? Norm, you're a hooper. So whose job is it to work on their game?
Zeke Naji was born trash. I don't know where did he come from?
I thought he had promise in his first couple. I was like, okay, they got a player. He's that tweener size. He looked like he had a bit inside outside. He had a bit of an inside outside thing, kind of athletic. Zeke Naji and Peyton Watson are the same guy to me. Zeke Naji's mid, is what we're being told. And Norm said he's born trash. I agree with Norm. Bench is sorry. Christian is okay. Peyton's okay. They don't know their role. I just don't think how can you know your role when you don't have appreciable basketball skills? Like when I hear talent, I hear people say the Nuggets are talented, and I think talent to most people means these guys can run and can jump. But if you ain't got no skill, Norm, you got skill when you hoop, right?
No, I mean, so great. I mean, but the numbers speak for themselves. Like, so we don't shoot the three well. That's a skill, right?
Yes.
Okay. We got
in their defense, the Nuggets are one of the better 3-point shooting teams in the league. But the league is shitty all the way around. Shooting the three. Keep going though, Norm. Keep cooking. Let him cook.
So we don't shoot the three well enough. That's a skill. I don't think we have enough guys who can get a bucket on their own. We got 1.5 right now. 2. You got, and which is a skill, right? Like to actually like say, okay, he's a bucket. You can get him the ball, and he's going to get you a bucket. How many players like that do we have? Oh
man, I mean, you got Julian Strawther. I think is a guy who you could say he's worth a bucket.
I give him a half. Jamal's 0.75. So
yeah, I'm not
like at 2.25 players. I mean. And maybe you say Joker
MPJ. Well, yeah, MPJ, but Joker count. Let's say Joker. Okay, let's say Joker counts as 2. Can we say Joker counts as 2? MPJ, where would you put him at?
if MPJ was getting double teamed, right now the MPJ that I see, like if he was a 1, MPJ would be useless out there. He looked like Najee. Like MPJ is a natural third option that's going to, you're going to swing it to him. He's going to score. He's going to score off a slash and a back door, but you're not going to clear out for him. And he's just going to go out and get you 5 buckets in a row from my perspective.
Yeah. And it's going the other way. Obviously this game is over. 118, 116, 23 left. Here's the problem. Okay. So we saw that last possession that Jamal had, the dribble, pick up, shoot. I'm not breaking my New Year's resolution. I'm just telling you, if that is like, you're not Kyrie Irving, bro.
But he used to get that. I mean, at least he has the confidence to try. These other guys, they're not even going to do that. Like what I'm trying to say is, I think going back to where we were going before, at some point, someone's got to get the mindset to say, you know what, I'm going to be the player of the game today.
Yeah, and I just don't think you got guys who got game like that to even figure that for themselves. I think Deron Holmes, when he comes back, is Deron Holmes, from the tape that I saw, sure, even he seems more like a serviceable, like, get in there and muck it up and grab boards, has an outside shot, seemed to be able to hit a 3, but that's in college. What is that? How does that translate on the NBA level? And maybe this is a league-wide problem. Because league-wide, we were talking about this earlier. League-wide, you don't have guys play the game outside the arc and at the rim. The rest of the court is forgotten about, right? So there's not a lot of basketball players in the league from that standpoint anyway. I don't know what the hell it is we're watching.
Shay.
Somebody said Norm is in here dropping. Somebody said Norm's in here dropping factoids.
That's why I didn't understand why you didn't like Shay. Shay G is
I like him. I mean, I like him because he can score the basketball, and he definitely has a mid-range game. I love the fact that he uses the whole court. Fuck Boston. Will Malone survived this loss. Yeah, because he didn't have his best player. There is no reason to fire the coach when, like, statistically, the Nuggets are born trash. Norm, you got Andy in here dying. Mid Orange being nice tonight. Zeke is god awful. Let's see. I should put the phone number out and let some of these cats call. At the same time, the team with Joker is not designed for someone to create. You're not wrong. I don't.
There's my point again, right? Like, so everything goes through Joker. I saw in the chat someone says, everyone kind of stands around and waits for Joker to make it happen. So, what's the reality without him?
The reality without Joker is that you've constructed a team that looks a lot like his Olympic team without guys that can make shots. That team that pushed Team USA didn't have better talent than what the Nuggets have. They just had better basketball players. This is a rec league. This is a rec conversation, right? We've all been to the gym and you see the guys that come in and it's like, I got I got a headband on. You got the sleeve. You got the AI sleeve, whatever the hell. You look the part. But this nigga can hit shots, right? We knew it was going to be tough. Shut the up. I can't stand Jason Tatum, bro. I got to be honest with you. There is not a more annoying superstar. There's something about him. He seems like a good enough kid, but I just can't. I can't.
Yo, is it true he was in training day?
Was he in training day?
Bruh, I just saw something on I think it was on IG the other day. He was the kid. He was Denzel's illegitimate kid.
No, that's not true.
Go find that. Go look.
All right, let's see. Let's Google it. Hold on, real quick. I mean, the Nuggets took a loss, 118-106. You know what it is? It was a game without Joker. Was Jason.
You got to find a picture of him.
That's not Jason Tatum. Hold on.
There he is, right there. It was just on your screen. Go back to images. There he goes, right there. 6 days
ago. Hey, puppy, you going to the other room? Puppy, you going to the other room? This nigga was hitting that boy's mama. What are you doing to my mama? Get off my mama. Joker's not designed to. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's get out. I said something earlier. I told Norm. My bad, Norm. I told Norm. You know, MPJ, if he worked on his game, he could be a poor man's Jason Tatum. Norm was like, he ain't got no skill like that. Okay. Not designed for guys to create on their own when Joker's on the floor. Yes, but also basketball is a sport that when played properly and you have a guy who is so interested in involving everybody, you need guys that think like that guy and find themselves in positions where they can score and he's going to get you the ball. You don't agree with that?
I'm in the chats right now.
Man, you in the chat going, huh?
I believe Bigfoot was real twice.
Jamal is low-key overrated. I don't care personally as a Denver fan, but someone outside the Denver area, I think Homer's overhyped him. I think Jamal is extremely overrated. I think you're looking at Jordan Poole. I think that as it stands, and your cousin, my brother, your cousin would hate to hear me say it because he loves Jamal Murray.
Yeah, because they saw Jamal when he wasn't having the girl problems. You know, he had 98 problems that year in the bubble. He was a different.
That 50 ball. That 50 ball made everybody forget.
Like, I mean, you know, you ever date a girl and you know you first started dating her and then you got always trying to get that old thing back.
Yeah, I want that old thing back.
That old thing, and no matter what's said, what's done, is just never the same again.
It's never the same. We try to revisit.
We as a team,
to the sun.
We as a fan base have fallen in love with something that's passed us by.
Well, the problem is that's okay for fans. Your GM has to be. Look at what Pat Riley is telling Jimmy Butler in Miami.
Yeah, they didn't give him the money, right?
Yeah, he's like, I don't care. And Jimmy's like, then I'm gonna throw a fit. And Pat's like, I don't care.
But you used to see the Patriots used to do the same thing.
For sure.
Got a great year, and they're selling high.
Because at the end of the day, in football, at least the contracts aren't guaranteed. I think it's shitty, but I also think it's the great equalizer. I think that's why football still will always be that sport. In basketball, once you pay a guy, when you hear these like fishing, you'll learn fishing knows contracts. When you talk about dead money, like that you have to eat, that shit's crazy. It's inequitable. And I opt for, I'll always err on the side of the players, but it's fucked up, man. And they pulled the trigger on the Jamal contract, and he went straight into the Jordan Poole conversation. After Bruce B left, KCP left this season,
Jamal
they don't
shotguns.
set up
Jamal
plays.
been down in Lodo. Jamal been everywhere but in that.
Basketball players got like he'd probably be over there with you at Spangalang.
Yeah, Jamal is at Spangalang 3 days a week.
Malone coaching is the biggest reason why we lost fans. Daniel, you'll find out. Daniel wants Malone fired, even on days when the Nuggets don't play. One and done killed the NBA. Yeah, Daniel's always consistent, very much so. This team keeps forgetting what shooting is and dribbles too much. Fire.
So who in the league? Like I saw not the Hornets, but New Orleans is thinking about trading Zion. Would you take Zion? Would you? Here's one for you. We shipped Jamal to New Orleans for Zion.
I thought you were going to say for for Longy Louie. I would take. They need scoring, man. You got to get scoring back in return. And I just don't like Zion's body. I don't think he'll ever play a full season of basketball. And that's the last thing you need to add to this team, especially with AG. Now it's like, okay, I could imagine that it's not, he'll miss from here forward as long as they keep him. He'll probably miss 10 to 15 games a year. I could just see that being an AG thing. I want to trade Black Canadians. I'm not shitting on Jamal. I want RJ Barrett and give them Jamal and let Jamal go back to Toronto.
You was riding with so let me change the subject there. So I'm taking you're not high on the Drake. Drake lost that battle to you.
You goddamn right, he lost that battle. He got cooked. I think he got cooked, bro. Did you see what he did to LeBron? You see, he threw LeBron under the bus today, right?
Who, Drake?
Bro. Hold on, man. Watch this, bro. This shit right here, Norman. This shit right here is...
That's Drake right there in the picture, ain't it?
This right here, Norman, is borderline like, what part of the game is this? Who does this? Watch this, Norm. Who does this? Tell me who does shit like this. This man... dry snitched on LeBron. This man dry snitched on LeBron like, bro, watch the code get broken, Norm. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
What can we get for P. Watt, Strother, and Zeke?
P. Watt.
I think we could get a 20-piece chicken McNugget and a 2-liter of Coke.
P. Watt, Strother, and why don't get rid of Strava? You need scoring. Why would you get rid? You got to try to figure out different ways.
Oh, let me see this. I can't see it.
Oh, no, hold on. Let me see. I got to make it bigger. Hold on. This shit. Wow. This man.
We're going to get at least fishing for cars. We're at least going to get a family meal and a biscuit.
Hold on.
But it's going to be Church's chicken.
Oh, no, I'm fucking with Church's, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's gonna be chicken, it better be Church's. Hold on, let me get this so you can see it. Keep fucking with the chat. Let me pull this up.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is that we've got to think outside of the box, and we got no draft picks, right?
Nope.
We got our players aren't really desirable right now.
Nope.
So I'm gonna throw this one at you. What happens if you trade Joker?
Oh, I just can't hear that. I cannot. I've heard that a couple of times. And listen, you remember when the Minnesota Vikings traded Herschel Walker and they thought that's the deal? Or was it they traded for him?
They traded
You
for
never, ever, 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 ever,
this is what happened. Remember
trade the best player in the sport.
I thought what happened in that deal was, where was Herschel before?
I want to say he was in Atlanta and they traded him to.
No. Didn't Dallas? I thought Dallas won.
Oh no, he was in. Was he in Minnesota and they traded him to Dallas? Let's get a better example. Let's not do that. Let's get something more recent. There's got to be something that fits the bill that's more recent that you should never ever do. God, there's one right here on the tip of my brain. I can't. Fishing and in chat.
A team like OKC would give you every draft pick they got
for Joker
until 2050 for Joker.
Yeah, but then what? Okay, but what are you bringing back?
Listen, we're Nuggets fans. We're playing with house money. He's the house. No. What happens? You gotta like if you
I love you, but you
gotta sell high.
No, you can't do it, man. You cannot trade. Listen, you're talking about a sport that is first and foremost. The Nuggets are not. I'll say this: the Nuggets are not an aberration when it comes to guys who cannot score the basketball without jacking up 43s in order to score 13 points. That is a league-wide, that is a basketball problem. American, this is going to sound like I'm not an American. I'm first-generation American. American basketball has fallen to the wayside because there are not a lot of skills being developed. I think what needs to happen is there needs to be a door opened and more international players start replacing. You need guys that, Norm, Fishing, Nelson, Daniel, all my hoopers. I'm not the greatest hooper, but you need guys that can actually shoot and score the basketball and it not be based on dunking or dribble, throw up some shit thinking that you're Steph and a blind squirrel hits a nut. Like, it's unbelievable how bad basketball players on the professional level are when you really think about what you're watching. So when you have the best guy in this era of basketball, what you need to do is dumb it down and go the San Antonio route. Give me guys 5-year seniors in college.
That's
guys that have. Go ahead.
That's who we got. I mean, who's the other guy we got? We tried that. What I'm saying is, I think it's time to rebuild. That's the best way I can put it.
And you think getting rid of Joker is how you do that?
It's not. I think that's the wrong terminology for it. It's what you're going to get for him.
Like, but what's coming back?
Cooper
Flag might be the second coming of what? Joker? No, Joker is the best player in the world. The best in the world.
And where did we get him?
I mean, I don't know who the hell was.
We got him in the second round. And I'm just saying.
Okay,
so
I got you. I got you.
We're used to eating steak. We got to go back and eat some Spam for a couple years. Some Spam and some ramen noodles, and save up some money, get some draft picks.
I could not. I don't know what if that happens.
So
I'm out.
I mean,
if that happens, I'm telling you now. If they do it, I'm out.
But
I'm leaving again. I'm out.
So all I'm saying is we're used to you'll be happy with being so what would you rather be? 7th, 8th seed for the next 5 years that Joker's relevant, and then be in the same position we're talking about being in now? Or do you do it now? Do you stop the bleeding?
No. What you do is you either fire your GM, or you get somebody who can march up to Stan Kroenke and go, listen, man,
spend some money.
Spend some goddamn money. You're going to blow. You are going to do what. This is my problem with what you're saying.
So, no,
hold on, Norm. This is what guys say to every team except the Broncos in Denver. Every team except we're willing to accept less than the best with every team in Denver except the Broncos. You gotta walk up to Stan Kroenke and go, who the fuck wastes the career of the best basketball player and is a billionaire? Who the fuck, what billionaire pinches pennies with the best basketball player in the world on his roster? Who does that?
One guy's not going to do it for us.
It's not one guy.
And if the owner's not going to do it, then all I'm saying is, so they were saying the same thing last year with the Broncos, right? We got like $100 billion cap hit, sent Russ shipping, bought in a rookie.
Sure.
With the Broncos just proved it for you. I know it's a
no. Here's the flaw in your logic. I'm sorry to interrupt. Here's the flaw in your logic. Russell Wilson is nowhere near the greatest quarterback on his team, let alone in football. Joker's the best basketball player in the world. In the world. There's not a better. No one's coming. Shea Gilgeous isn't better. Name them. There's no better basketball player.
I'm going to tell you, in about 2 years, it's a guy named Wimby something. We don't have that much time.
Norm, I love you.
In about 2 years, Wemby's going to be coming, putting up 50, 50, and 50 against us.
I love you, bro.
And you're not going to get anything for Joker.
I love you. I love you, bro. I just can't. I can't. Let's get to chat. And then we're going to talk about this Champagne Poppy thing that we're going to get out of here and make room for Dan Tanner. I think Dan Tanner might be ready to go. Out of all the coaches in, Malone is the first coach fired. I mean, I would assume looks like it's heading this way. Like chasing cocaine, ask Val. I don't understand what that means, fishing, but I'm quite sure that it is funny if I investigate it. Zeke eating so good, quarantine money. Got to get that money. So true about contracts. Like when an employee gets a raise, their production and attitude immediately slumps. Yeah. Once there's nothing to play for. Jamal was already in the hole when he signed the contract. That was the problem with the contract to begin with. Truth. Daniel Miller is consistent, is more consistent than Murray. This is Daniel. Wow. If anything, Daniel wants somebody fired, and his name is Mike Malone. Fishing with cards of Frozen hates Colorado. Okay, they're fighting in the chat.
These are true nuggets, man. Shout out to all these cats right here, man. You got
shout out to I'm telling you, man, we got the hood in the chat, bro. What about Zach LaVine?
I'm a nice worker.
That's what I was saying. So look. Okay, so again, if you can't spend any more money, trading Zach LaVine for MPJ is hopefully apples for apples. You're still going to be in the same place you are before.
He's definitely a better scorer. I'll give you that. He's not a better rebounder, but he's a better scorer for sure.
But is he going to put you over the top in your opinion?
Zach LaVine. Now,
I'm just saying. Let me ask you this, and ask the chat this: if you could, what one player, money all aside, is there one player that could come to the Nuggets and put us back on a championship trajectory?
Jimmy Butler is one. If you're saying just one guy, because he does a lot of things. He's a guy who makes guys around him better. So Jimmy Butler is. You said just one, right?
Starts?
Yeah. Well, he would have to. So I could see something. Miami would never do this. Pat Riley would never do this.
So you're saying you're going to bring someone on the bench? I'm looking at what everyone's saying.
Jimmy Butler, I would say you could take a Jimmy Butler, put him on this squad, and then give Malone what he wants anyway, which is some type of 7-man super rotation. You'd have to get Jamal up out of here. You could keep him, but if you could get rid of, like, if you could ship Jamal, MPJ. If you could keep Julian, so you have some type of shooting coming off the bench. If you still got Russ, okay, you still got AG. So I could see you would take Jimmy, put him at the 3, AG at the 4, Joker at the
Bron back on the bench and put
Russ in the starting lineup. And then I don't know what you would do for your 2 shooting guard. I don't know what you would do. I don't know if is the kid ready? What's our point guard who sees really no time? You just need somebody who can fill in a moment, and then you just let Jimmy Butler. I mean, you would gas these guys. You would gas them, but they could win a championship. You could resume like that, at least for this season. You could do that, but it's not gonna happen.
I think you're wishing.
You think I'm wishing?
I don't think there's one. We are right now, and go back to showing that bench deal. The Nuggets are 2 to 3 players away. We had some killers. Brown. I sat courtside. I can show you some pictures. Brown was putting up 20. Brown will come in and give you a 20 piece. Out the drive-through with the credit card, boom.
Out the drive-through with the credit, like here, take my money.
Chicken, French fries,
chicken,
French fries. He's playing in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. You're killing me, bro.
Uncle Jeff would come in, get you 10 rebounds.
Yeah, okay, but what?
And then KCP there was 3 guys.
Okay. I
don't think there's one guy. You tell me there's one guy that's gonna give you 20, 10. Jimmy's not gonna give you 20, 10, and 10.
What? You're bugging. First of all, you're bugging. You're bugging. Jimmy is that guy. Playoff Jimmy? No, Jimmy's that guy. He's got that in him. For sure. If it's to win a ring, oh yeah, you'll get that out of Jimmy. I think he's a good team guy. I don't think Jimmy Butler's a bad dude. I think he's not getting his chicken. And he's like, okay, I'm a pout about it. And Pat Riley's like, you don't know me very well. I don't give a damn if you pout. What the fuck? I don't give a damn if you pout. If you're mad, be mad. I'm not worried about that. I run a tight ship. And remove. Let me see if I do this again. And so his time in Miami's up.
Joker, MPJ, Westbrook, Watson, AG off the bench.
AG off the bench.
They're saying trade Kyrie, which is they're not going to give you.
They're not going to do that. I mean, we got to as fans, we got to stop doing stuff like that. There's no reason in the world why Dallas would trade Kyrie to Denver. They're not doing it. So we got for Mr. Canada. Now, I think that's a trade that could help. I think you instantly get better because RJ Barrett is everything. RJ Barrett is everything that Jamal is not.
You talking?
He's a Duke, bro. He's a Duke guy. He's a Duke guy.
You've been hanging out with nothing, man. You on that to cow.
Yeah. You're bugging, bro. You're bugging. I don't even smoke like that no more.
RJ Barrett is Watson with 10 pounds.
You're bugging, bro. That's crazy. That's demonic. What you just said right now, that's demonic. That's
the same daddy.
All right, off the bench. This is what the Nuggets bench did. I mean, you had two guys in double figures. Peyton Watson, P. Watt put up 14.
P. Watt doing his job.
And it was economical. It was an economical 14. It was 5 and 9, 2 of 2 from 3. I hate when he shoots
0 for 50 from the free throw line as usual.
Julian Strother, 8 of 15. Did you know, bro? Do you know that this man, DeAndre Jordan, shoots 31% from the free throw line?
Hey, you know what? I was at a game. He even heard me. I was sitting close to the game. He heard me. DeAndre Jordan has the worst hands in the world. He couldn't catch a hooker on Koufax if he had $100,000 in his pocket
and a van with blacked out tinted window and handcuffs.
He got bad hands. It was bad. He can't catch. So
Bam. I'm like, how do you shoot 31%? You know how hard you have to try to be terrible at being a professional gym athlete to shoot 30? Shaq shot 52%.
Yeah, it's
let's get to the chat. Jamal. Oh, no, we already got that. Daniel Miller. Nope, got that. P. Watt, Strother, and Zeke. That was the bucket of chicken. This shit right here. I think Fishing likes what he's hearing. 2 pieces and a biscuit. Yes, sir.
31% is better than I did trade Joe. Y'all gonna love Joker just like, ooh.
I think you're bugging. Just give Jamal a spot on the All-Star roster and he'll become the best player in the world. You think that's the fix, and you think it's accolades? He might be that soft. I hope he's not. Was that bashing? That wasn't bashing. I still my New Year's resolution is still intact. Remember when Denver kept PS2 and drafted Bo Nix and made the playoffs? Kind of like when you traded Carmelo Anthony, not doing it. We already lived through that once. Then you become the OK Street, win the playoffs without Joker. Okay, Fishing likes what you're talking about. He likes what you're doing, Norm. Piss poor last 5 minutes. They were in that game. Malone needed to call a timeout. The Nuggets statistically are the worst team in basketball when Joker's not on the floor. That's facts. Fundamentals are gone. Time to release Sarge. Oh, is that now? It's time. Now it's the time. Now's the time to get rid of Sarge.
I'm just going to go back to what I'm trying to say is if anybody in the chat trade stocks, you got to buy low and sell high.
Okay.
And I'm saying there have been some proven franchises that have done this with a lot of success.
Okay.
New England is one of them.
Okay.
Where they said, hey, this player's got to the top. We're not going to pay him. We're going to bring somebody else in, and we're going to get the most we can for them. And right now, in terms of who we have on the team, we got to let it go.
You know who they didn't do that with prematurely?
I can take. I've lived through some like 12-win seasons for the Nuggets.
Sure, but you know who they didn't do that with prematurely?
In front of the club.
You know who they didn't do that with prematurely? They didn't do it with Tom Brady, bro. They did not get. You do not get rid of. You don't trade the best. You fire your GM. You fire your coach. You picket your owner. You do not, in this era of basketball, get rid of Steph Curry at his prime. You do not, in this era of basketball, get rid. I mean, KD. If this was KD, a KD conversation, I'd agree with you, because KD arguably was never the best basketball player in the world. He was always the best scorer. He was more of a.
What happens if his contract's up and he just gives us the deuces?
He would. I don't think he'll do that. I don't think, because here's
the risk, right? That's what
it is. A risk.
Basketball.
It is a risk. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I don't see it happening. You're not wrong. I think Joker would Dirk Nowitzki out here before he would do that. I think he's not motivated by. I don't think he's a guy who wants to run around. He didn't even want to go to his own championship break.
He loves the mountains. And
yeah, I want to chill. I want to win, but I want to chill. I don't need all that running around. But I'm telling you, I love where your head's at. I just think that it's too. If that starts flying around, I've heard that too many times. If that thought gets out there into the ethers, man, that's going to get planted in somebody's head. And Calvin Booth is not a smart man.
Call your chat out. Fishing for Cars said, did Golden State get rid of Steph and win, or did they get rid of everyone else and rebuild and win 3 chips in a row?
Boom.
When that's not even an accurate statement.
Well, they kept their core together.
Golden State won 2-2, right?
They won 2.
Steph got 4.
1, and then they won 2.
In the middle of that, they got arguably the best player in basketball came over to them.
Yeah, but they didn't lose their best player in doing that.
Golden State's not winning no championships.
They won. They were able to get to.
They're trying to get LeBron.
Yeah, now, but Norm, they're 4 in. The Nuggets are 1 in with the best player in basketball, and you could easily, with a couple of stealth maneuvers, with a smart front office, a couple of stealth maneuvers, you could position yourself and spend some I'm pocket watching. Spend some goddamn money. You could get 3 more chips out of Joker. And then, trade him. Trade him. He's Arvydas Sabonis. Joker could probably play another 10 years. Okay.
Wemby's on the horizon. He just
I'm gonna tell you this right now. When Wemby gets that Joker put into his 7-pound ribs, it's not. He's moving him over there. You're over there.
Keep going back. All these moves require money.
I agree.
Like, unless someone gets bought out and just decides to come to Denver, like, okay, so that's the one thing that might happen with even though Miami's not going to do it, right?
Yeah, they're not going to do it.
They're like, he becomes such a distraction that we're just going to buy him out, and then he can go be a free agent. That's the logic of what our folks in the chat are talking about right now. Like that we're going to just be gifted a player. The team's not going to spend the money. They would have kept the guys that we had before.
No, you're right.
And the Nuggets have done this. Like, okay, true Nugget fans will tell you this is why Melo left.
That's why I left.
There was a point when we should have just kept the core. This is the Melo team, and
okay.
there were some very key pieces. Same ownership when we had Camby. Next thing I know, Camby was playing for somebody else. There was 2 or 3 key players from that team that we just let go, and we just like, okay, Melo, we were in rebuild mode. The Melo leaves, and next thing you know, we didn't win a game until we drafted Joker again.
No, you're forgetting the whole Allen Iverson in between.
No. I'm saying, okay, the Nuggets, we had Melo and Chauncey, right?
Right.
Okay. The following year, where'd Camby go?
Away.
Clippers?
I couldn't wait until he was gone. Wherever he went away. I couldn't wait till he was gone. I hated Mark Cammy's game. Best shot blocker in the game. Who gives a shit? He's not blocking 100 shots in the game, so who gives a shit? Every time it takes him a half hour to.
We got a difference of opinion on that too.
I know you loved him, and every time it took him a half hour to crank up that goddamn jump shot, I was like, for what? Let me get to the chat, then we gonna get out of here. Hold on. Golden State was lottery team. Fishing is argued. Fishing got beef with you, bro. Team is willing to spend the money, they would have 3 max. If they weren't willing to spend the money, no, it's not that they weren't willing to spend the money fishing. It's what they spent and how they spent it. And to be quite honest with you, I would never trust Calvin Booth with my checkbook, and I don't earn nowhere near what he'd have me spent into the red. Would you trust Calvin Booth with the Spangling checkbook?
No, but what I'm saying is this. What we've become like we got a championship, and because
you're cool with that. That's all you needed.
Because things were so bad. No, not me. Because things were so bad before. Now we're like, okay, I'm happy with just making the playoffs.
Who said that?
That's our mentality right now, and that's why
your mentality. Ain't got shit to do with me, bro.
I'm telling you, I'm not.
I'm telling you that if you think that the only answer, when the simpler answer is, listen, okay, let me qualify this by saying I've never run a professional sports organization, but it doesn't seem that fucking hard when you want to win. I want to win. And when you have ownership that's like, no, you know what? I'm interested in doing something great and doesn't stiff arm its fan base to watch games. This is how you know the type of ownership group you have. It's hard to watch Nuggets games in Denver. Still, am I tripping? Am I bugging? Or it was at a point in time? No offense.
You can't.
Okay. So this is an ownership group that's like, I like making money at Ball Arena. It's like, okay, that's great. Dope. When the best basketball player in the world shows up, you do that because you create the greatest show on earth and you win chips and you become the next version of the Lakers.
Ooh, Zion. I just watched the Zion did a 360. So look, the point I'm trying to make is right now, Nugget fans are going to games to see Joker. They're complacent. We won a ring. We could go 20 more years without one. We probably, if we could do a playoffs, if over the next 20 years we did 5 playoffs, we're good.
I don't think that's the case. I think I know what you're talking about.
I'll be 83 before the Nuggets win another championship.
Super duper. I'll tell you this. I think you're talking about them also ran fans who show up. Not the hardcore. I think the core really wants to see them max out. I think people who understand basketball, including you, Norm, want to see them max out on Joker's most productive years. And then if you get 2 more rings out of it, gravy. If you just made it look like you were trying, we'll be happy with that. But if you're like, we got a ring, you sound like Jamal. Got my ring. I got my check. I got my lady. I got a life outside of basketball. Barbecue or mildew. Get the fuck out of here with that. None of y'all stir the drink. The straw that stirs the drink just sat out tonight's game. When he doesn't play, they're the worst team in basketball. When he's on the court, they can beat anybody.
The Herschel Walker trade was a blockbuster NFL trade in 1989.
Okay.
Sent running back Herschel Walker from the Dallas Cowboys to the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
Dallas went in the tank, but what they got back was Troy Aikman. They got back Emmitt
I see
Smith.
where your head's at. Okay.
Bro, Herschel
Michael
Walker,
Irvin.
a man.
Okay.
And I'm sure people in Dallas was ready to burn down the city.
Well, okay, but let me ask you this. You watch a lot of college basketball?
No, not enough.
America, I'm telling you, bro. There's no more jokers. Cooper Flagg is a really good basketball player. There's no more. I don't think you're going to get the value back in return. It's just picks.
The trade is considered one of the most lopsided in NFL history. The Cowboys used the draft picks to acquire key players, including Emmitt Smith, Kevin Smith, and Darren Woodson, and won 3 Super Bowls in the 1990s. Plus, they tanked and got the first pick and got Troy Boy Aikman.
That's actually real. That actually, honestly, when you say it like that, I'm not gonna hold you. When you say it like that, it sounds great. I just don't believe that there's this stockpile of great talent. Now, to your point, the one thing I will say, what's fucked the Nuggets over is no draft picks. Fishing had to remind me of that. I was like, oh, I'll couple this guy together with that guy, and then we'll get a couple.
AG.
You ain't got no draft picks. I'm like, God damn.
So what we're paying for, what the fans are going to see at the game. So this is the trade-off, right? So the team is saying, hey, we're not going to spend any more money because right now, if you go to a game, I don't know if people in the chat are actually going to the games. The games are sellouts. I mean, like a Nugget game is 18,000 in Ball Arena. And they are there because of the championship and the years of success since Joker has been in the position that he's been in. And ownership is saying, we're going to ride that horse until the horse is done. But I think if you're a true fan and you're thinking about longevity, when we fall off that cliff, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough.
This is hurt. You're hurt. This hurts. I don't want to hear it. I don't think you're. I know you're a successful business owner.
We're going to get all these mediocre. We're going to have 10 Peyton Watsons on the team. Who's the other guy? There's another guy we drafted out.
Not 10 P Watts. I don't need.
There's another guy. Who's the other guy? I'm gonna look him up right now, man. The guy he's a guard.
Jaden Pickett.
He's born nuclear waste. Hold on. We drafted him. Hold on, let me find him.
You talking about Pickett. You talking about Pickett.
Yeah, Pickett.
Yeah, you talking about Pickett.
Hey, I wouldn't let Pickett shovel
you think call that nigga, you call that man nuclear waste. All right, man. Listen. Okay, we're gonna read a couple more that we gotta get out of it. They just signed max contract, wrong play. That's my point. I think because here's the other thing. You talk all this trade away Joker and get all these picks back, but you're gonna leave Calvin Booth, who signed Dario Saric. What Dario Saric score tonight? What Dario Saric do tonight? You gonna leave? That's who you trust. You trust it.
How much
Calvin Booth
paid?
Dario Saric played 17 minutes, had 1 rebound, 4 assists,
100 on there,
-1 block, 1 turnover, 1 personal foul, no points.
The whole starting 5 looking terrible.
So I'm saying, like, in theory, what you're saying is not wrong. Use your biggest piece to bring about the most value. But if you got chromosomally deficient, spend thrift happy weirdos with checkbooks buying the groceries, who gives a damn how many picks you got? You're still going to end up with 100 Peyton Watsons, right? Like, I that's why I don't like that idea. I don't like it because I don't trust the guy up top. This isn't a Jamal bash now. This is the guy who gave Jamal that money and didn't know how to Pat Riley your way through that. Like, I don't give a damn what Mike Malone said. I'm the guy with the checkbook who's going to be held responsible for this shit. And you score 17 points a game when you're not scoring 50.
So I'm going to be optimistic. Jamal's girl's going to give him a break. AG's about to get his hamstring and his Achilles back healthy. Peyton Watson's going to, get a couple protein shakes and get his game together this year.
Okay.
And we riding out.
Okay. Peyton Watson strikes me as a guy you're young enough to be. You should be playing hoop all the time. Like, I don't understand how Peyton Watson is that young, that long, that athletic.
Mr. Killing. Mr. Cars, come meet me for a beer at Spangalang Brewery.
Come down to Spangalang. Hold on, let's get that.
We're gonna keep debating.
All right, let's
I'm a True Nuggets fan. Like I said, I go back. Who in the chat knows about Calvin Nat?
Oh, you
About
but
Fat
you
Leader?
yeah, some
About
of these dudes
Michael
is kids.
Adams?
Some of these dudes is kids.
Okay, I'm saying y'all got to go Google those things. I went to the games. Mike Adams was double pumping. I was there for Mutombo. I went to the Mutombo. I see Mutombo's first game. I was at. It was McNichols then. I was there. But if y'all had been there for the years before Mutombo, we were the worst team in the draft and got the 4th pick.
This is actually this Andon is, and you are on to something, because I am reminded of the Todd Helton years. And the truth of the matter is if Stan Kroenke and them would be willing to, I find it abhorrent that they would even hijack television fans. I think that is the height of just like, what? Why are you fighting with Comcast? Like what? Like what? So, and we got to be careful. There is a habit. There is a bug amongst a couple of Denver ownership groups that is far more about their bottom line than they are nostalgia and fans that want rings and all that shit. And so I would hate to see Joker become Todd Helton. I would hate that. I think that would be.
Hey, Fisher Vicar said he took dates to the worst season ever. Tickets were close. It was impressive. Hey, Fisher Vicar, we might need to hang out, because I know TR Dunn.
That TR Dunn, best defensive player, the only guy to ever hold Michael Jordan to 16 points.
TR Dunn was probably a 30% free throw shooter.
I would hope not. I would love for that to only be DeAndre
But
Jordan.
look, Nuggets Nation, we're gonna stay optimistic. Like I said, your man's gonna get it together in terms of his girlfriend problems.
Hold on. Don't sign that off yet. Let's talk about Spangling real quick before we get out of here.
Word.
5 points. Historically, like that's the jewel of the West. My brother has been down on the points many moons, holding it down for
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Holding it down for my peoples. Talk about Spangling, what it means to you to be a business owner down on the points, the partnership that we're trying to build here, and where people can come down and check out the establishment.
Yeah, so I mean, if anyone's watching right now, you can look up SpanglingBrewery.com. We are a Black-owned, jazz-themed brew pub and live event venue located in the historic 5 Points neighborhood, 2736 Welton Street. We feature live music 2 to 3 days out of the week. We have a Friday jazz. We have a Sunday R&B brunch that's going wild right now. But really, it's a part of advancing the 5 Points neighborhood, which, again, is just a click away from downtown, into a modernized cultural marketplace. And so hopefully in the next, just in the next couple of thoughts and moments, you're going to see Spangling as a integral part of what my brother Oren Lamena is doing on this platform. And I just welcome everyone to come down and get some of the best craft beer, best craft cocktails that the city has to offer.
We'll talk about the beers, dog. Tell them about the beers, dog.
I got a beer called the D Train. It's named after the light rail. I got a beer called Marimba. It's a Mexican lager. I got one called the Black Radio. I got one called Vibraphonic. And we brew all the beers in house. We make seltzers. I got some seltzers that are out of this world. See, Lauren, you have to come back and check us out.
I'm a being,
I got a seltzer right now called Ultraviolet. And I'm not going to tell you, I can't put, because I haven't got it patented yet, but I got a seltzer that is incredible. I'm talking about people that don't even drink they try this seltzer and they're hooked. So, you go to beer, breweries were on top of the world, the early 2014s, a bunch of white guys with beers all the way down to their socks. They were making beer. They were like, "Yo, give me an IPA, bro." We put the culture into what we do as Spangalang, and it's obvious. So like if you like going to places that you feel it's like what really real Denver is. We were just named one of the top 9 bars by CityCast in the entire city. CityCast Denver, for being authentic, for being what people miss about Denver. So again, it's Spangalang Brewery. It's spangalangbrewery.com, 2736 Welton Street. Look us up on TikTok. Look us up on IG. Again, I'll just appreciate this time and moment. We are definitely Nuggets fans. So, don't come in there popping no LA Laker bullshit.
Yeah.
You're going to get rent out the building.
You're going to get rent out the building. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. And when I'm in town, you know what I'm saying? I'll be on the east side. So you know where to find me. Well, that went well. Welcome to Killing with Truth, Norman Harris. Hey, y'all take care of my family now. This is family. So we're going to get out of here. I got to give my shout outs because they come in here. The hood. Now, I'll tell you this, Norm. The chat, that's my hood. Right? So Fishing, he be in here talking that talk. Brandon, he be in here talking that talk. Who else? Daniel, he always wants somebody fired. But, that's Daniel, I think you're a black man. Andon, we know Andon in here. You guys got to get together.
This is Denver all day. The Broncos is going to I'm putting 17-14. We putting the Kimbe elbow.
Okay, come on, hold on. Let's get that in here. Before we get out. That's your prediction? What'd you say?
We're putting the 17-14. We putting the Kimbe elbow on them cats. Defensive struggle. It's going to be, nice and frigid out in Buffalo. But it's D-Town all day.
Listen, this is going to be one of them ones, I think. This is going to be one of them weekends that Bronco fans are going to remember forever. I think that your boy's going to do something special. He's going to cement early his legend. I'm talking about Bo Nix. He's going to cement his legend early. Nelson Montenegro. Who else? Of course, Norman Harris. Everybody else who was in here, I really appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all taking care of my family. Norman, I love you. Yeah, that'll do it for 5 to go. If Dan Tanner, I believe, should be joining y'all shortly if he's not already on. Yeah, that's going to do it. Bang out.